Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a really close look, strapping on our metaphorical loops, if you will, for the new Piaget Polo 79 in white gold.
That's right. A new flavor.
Exactly. You might remember we looked at the yellow gold one last year. Well, now Piaget's given us this cooler counterpart.
Same core idea, different metal.
Right. And our mission really, for you listening, is to get under the skin of this white gold watch. What makes it tick? What are the key features, the design choices?
And why it matters. Yeah, we're pulling insights from a pretty detailed hands-on review that just came out.
Okay, so first things first. This isn't like a totally new watch from the ground up, is it?
No, not at all. And the review makes that very clear. Fundamentally, it's the same blueprint as that 2024 yellow gold Polo 79 we mentioned.
So same size?
Yep, same 38mm case, same iconic polished gadroons, those, the rounded bars that go across.
Right, the defining feature, really.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the same super slim micro rotor movement inside. So really, we're looking at a shift in material and maybe feel.
Okay, let's dig into that feel then. White gold versus yellow gold. The review calls it a cooler, more muted package.
It does, which suggests maybe it's a bit more understated, less immediately flashy than the yellow gold, perhaps.
Flies under the radar a bit more, potentially.
Could be. And what's interesting, I think, is how that change kind of shifts your focus.
How so?
Well, the review talks about this tone-on-tone texture play because you don't have that strong yellow color. The contrast between the flat-brushed parts and those shiny, rounded, mirror-polished gadroons really comes to the forefront. That interplay is the main event, visually speaking.
Ah, I see. So the white gold acts like a canvas, letting the finishing details really sing.
Exactly. It highlights the craftsmanship. The review even mentions a tiny detail, a thin, polished chamfer, like a little bevel, along the edge of the brushed bits.
Oh, nice. That must catch the light.
Precisely. It adds another layer to that texture contrast. It speaks to Piaget's attention to detail,
Yeah, that sounds very Piaget. And speaking of detail, what about the feel on the wrist? The review mentions the weight.
It does. Around 200 grams, apparently. Similar to the yellow gold.
Which sounds fairly substantial for 38mm.
It does, yeah. But interestingly, the reviewer says it wears really comfortably. They put it down to the drapey silhouette and versatile proportions.
Drapey, okay, so it conforms well.
Seems so. And that thinness helps, I'm sure. Only 7.45mm thick, which is, pretty impressive for a solid gold automatic watch.
That really speaks to Piaget's history, doesn't it? Their expertise in gold work and those ultra-thin movements.
Absolutely. It's kind of their signature combination.
Let's talk about the bracelet more because it sounds crucial. It tapers.
Yeah, it tapers down towards the clasp, which is a hidden triple folding one. Keeps the look really clean.
And the gadroons continue all the way around.
They do. Seamless integration. But the key thing the review highlights is the fluid articulation, how the links move.
So it feels good on it.
Apparently, yes. It conforms to the wrist in a way that feels entirely natural, is how they put it. Which reminds me of Yves Piaget's quote.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
He called the original Polo a watch bracelet rather than a mere wristwatch.
Ah, nice. So the bracelet is the watch, in a sense.
Pretty much. It's not just holding the case. And the review notes it looks sleek, even sculptural. On a smaller wrist, they tested it on a 6.6-inch wrist.
Good to know. Okay, practical point, water resistance.
50 meters. So, okay, for splashes, washing hands.
But not for swimming.
Definitely not your diving companion, no.
Sure.
It's about style and heritage here, not ruggedness.
Makes sense. Okay, let's move inwards. The dial. Also white gold.
Yes, white gold dial, continuing that same gadroon pattern right across the face.
So very integrated. What about markers?
Minimalist is the word. There are no hour markers. Just hands, the Piaget name.
Wow, really? No markers at all?
Just a very subtle, circular, minute track near the edge. Polished hands. That's basically it. The review calls it a unified surface.
Very clean, then. All about the form and the texture.
Precisely. It lets the overall shape and that gadroon motif do all the talking.
Right, and the engine inside. The movement?
That's the Piaget Caliber 1200 P1. It's an automatic and famously thin, only 2.75mm thick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got a 44-hour power reserve, and you can see it through the sapphire caseback. There's a nice gray-coated 22K gold micro rotor in there, too.
Micro rotor helps keep it thin, right?
Exactly. It's integrated into the movement height, not sitting on top like a full rotor. It's a Piaget specialty. Now, the review points out this isn't actually Piaget's newest or even their absolute thinnest movement.
Oh.
But they argue, and I think it's fair, that it's a really fitting choice for this watch. It connects to that ultra-thin legacy.
And the original Polos from '79, they weren't mechanical, were they?
Good point. No, they were quartz. So for many watch fans, having this high-quality mechanical movement is already a big step up, lining it more with modern luxury watchmaking.
Right, bringing the icon into the mechanical age, so to speak.
Interesting.
Now, the review gets a bit personal, talking about the legacy.
Yeah, the reviewer kind of admits that, for them, the yellow gold version still feels like the definitive Polo.
Because of the history, the original look.
Probably. That strong visual link to the 1979 original is hard to ignore. The yellow gold is just so iconic for this model.
But they like the white gold one, too.
Oh, absolutely. They call it undeniably handsome, but different. They use words like cooler, stealthier, even a touch sportier.
Stealthier. Interesting. Like luxury that doesn't shout quite as loud.
Maybe. Or maybe just a different kind of statement. More modern, perhaps. It presents this interesting contrast. Same watch, quite different vibe.
Okay, now for something that definitely caught my eye in the review notes. The price.
Ah, yes. That's quite a point.
The white gold is listed at $82,000 USS, which is
Right.
more than the yellow gold, right?
Yeah.
That was $75,000.
Correct. $7,000 more for the white gold version.
Which is surprising. Usually white gold isn't priced above yellow gold for the same model, is it? Especially when, as the reviewer notes, it's often seen as less flashy.
It is surprising. It definitely makes you wonder about the reasoning. Is it harder to work with in this specific case? Is it about market positioning, demand?
Or maybe Piaget sees white gold as having a different kind of appeal now, maybe more
Yeah.
inclusive in its own way.
Could be any number of factors. It certainly challenges the typical price hierarchy we might expect between the two gold colors. It's definitely food for thought for potential buyers.
So wrapping this up then, for you, the listener, the key takeaway seems to be the white gold Polo 79 offers that iconic integrated design,
The same thin profile, the same quality movement.
but presents it in a much more understated, cooler aesthetic.
Yeah.
It really shifts the focus onto the textures, to the finishing, the actual form of the watch.
Yeah, it's subtle elegance, maybe. And then there's that price point, which is, well, unexpected and certainly adds another layer to the conversation.
Definitely. It makes you think, doesn't it? What drives value in luxury today?
Exactly. And considering the Polo's history, does this white gold version offer a genuinely compelling alternative for today's buyer? Someone maybe less drawn to yellow gold.
Or does the original yellow gold still hold that essential Polo DNA?
Right. Is this a successful evolution, or does the classic still reign supreme? And maybe bigger picture, what does this pricing strategy tell us about how perceptions of luxury metals might be shifting?
Lots to mull over there. A fascinating watch, undoubtedly.